it may not be possible to stop the recording. Following are the meeting rules. All the electronic and noise-making devices must be kept in switch-off mode or silent mode, as it may distract the attention of the speaker or audience. Speakers are requested not to make any derogatory remarks or comments on sex, religion, and politics. Please keep your videos on and audios on mute during the meeting. Speakers are requested to unmute their microphone while speaking. Audience is requested to use emoticons and applause and encourage the speakers. Now, without much ado, it is my duty to introduce the presiding officer for the meeting today. The person I am going to introduce is a true leader, a mentor, and a dynamic personality. This gentleman is a retired army officer who wants to be a TEDx speaker, but as of now, he seems to be on track for the job of long-distance driver, the Indian version of Fast and the Furious. Ladies and gentlemen, with a humongous round of applause, please put your hands together to welcome on virtual stage the dynamic and wonderful president, Toastmaster Pikere. Toastmaster Pikere, the virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kriplani. Come on, guys, let's keep the applause going for Toastmaster Sunil Kriplani, our Sergeant at Arms. Very powerful Sergeant. He's given you some diktats and we are all requested to follow them. Okay. For requested, please read instructed. All right, no. You are just requested to follow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we have got people from all around the globe. And what we intend to do today is to have some good speeches. We did not want to have a meeting today initially because there is this mega event which is going on in Lucknow. And many of our members are from Lucknow. But eventually we decided that those of us who cannot attend, let us meet online so that we can practice our speaking for the sake of the ISC, the International Speech Contest, which is coming up. Our club speech contest will be held on the 19th of March, and the area level speech contest will be held on the 26th of March. And with that about to happen, it is important that we get in some practice. And so here we are. And so may I say best of luck to each and every one of you, whether you're here as a speaker or you're here as an evaluator, you're all performing in Toastmasters. And every performance gives you that extra bit of confidence and that huge amount of learning so that you can do better the next time. My learning today, I know already, prepare. Because I've just stepped off the aircraft and just managed to reach my room. But never mind, I will also give it a good try. And for now, let me hand over to the MC being the real boss of this club. He is the founder of NVezion.com. He is the person who founded this club. He's got a mindset which enables him to conjure up different things at faster than the speed of sound. He just comes up with them. You tell him, Toastmaster Faisal, you have a TT session now. And I can tell you it will be the most wonderful TT session you've ever attended. And it will be absolutely new ideas, new topics, and God knows from where he does them. I think he makes a database and then he pulls them out one by one from there. That is the feeling I've got. So, Toastmaster Faisal, everybody is waiting to listen to you. The stage is all yours. Please welcome him, ladies and gentlemen, with a loud round of applause.
Oh my God, I am humbled and speechless. A lot of lovely words. Those I'm not used to hear in my normal days. Thank you so much, Mr. President, Toastmaster Ray, for the lovely words and energizing me. Now I'm pumped up. You name it and I have it. What you need? Though we were not planning to have table topics today because we have a speech marathon, and then when you use those words, I am not being able to stop me by bringing one prompt to table topics in yet another creative style. So there will be a surprise for that. So we will have table topics also today. Without table topics, everything will be like empty in the meeting. Thank you so much. We have one guest, Pankaj, with us. Can we have your introduction, please? Guest Pankaj. Your introduction and how you came to know about us.
Hi, Syed. Actually, I am Pankaj from Untitled Toastmasters Club, serving as a president, joined Toastmaster in last year, January. I came here through Mr. Toastmaster Sunil Kriplani's invitations. Have seen his status, WhatsApp status, and asked him link. And I would love to see his speech today.
Great to have you in our club, sir. Stay tuned, and your valuable feedback is very important for us. Thank you so much for joining in and motivating and supporting your friend. That is the spirit of Toastmaster. Ladies and gentlemen, you all are welcome in our speech marathon. Today we are having amazing speeches, one after one. We will have 4 eloquent speakers and 4 talented evaluators to evaluate their speech. Usually, normally, in Toastmasters, we have 3 segments: prepared speech, table topics, and evaluation. We used to call evaluation is the breakfast of champions. Without evaluation, there is no purpose. There is no purpose of doing any performance, delivery, or speech, evaluations, whatever. If we are not get evaluated, then what is the purpose served? If we don't know how well we have performed and where we need some improvement. So we will have prepared speeches first, then we will have quick table topics segment today, and then we will move to evaluation segments. Without further ado, let me start with the prepared speech segment. To start with the first evaluator, first speaker, let me see the agenda in front of me. All right. Then I missed.
Toastmaster Faisal, are we going to introduce General Evaluator and our team?
Yes, yes. Thank you for reminding me. I don't know what is going on. After hearing a lot of lovely words, I am now messing up the things. People will say, what? Is it the same Faisal Toastmaster PK was talking about? Nevertheless, let's move forward to our master chef, Toastmaster Vaishnavi, who is from, let's leave it also, I forget from where. She is second year pursuant of mechanical engineering, and she's very talkative, love meeting new people. Let us welcome Toastmaster Vaishnavi as our general evaluator. Please come and introduce yourself, your tag team, and their roles. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal. I must say, Toastmaster PK saved it because I was about to note that point in my book. Moving ahead, I really appreciate the way he remembers my introduction. I did not send him today. It was something I sent before a few months. Greetings, everyone. This is Toastmaster Vaishnavi joining all the way from Hyderabad, and I'm going to play the role of General Evaluator in today's meeting. Now, if you're wondering what does a General Evaluator do, then I'm just like a head chef in a kitchen. I am like the class monitor in a classroom. I am going to monitor the entire meeting right from the beginning to the very end. I'm going to make a note of some really good points and some things which could be improved. and I'm going to let you all know about everything in the end. Well, this seems to be a huge task, and for me to help in this task, General Evaluator is assigned with a team which is ideally called tag team, where T stands for timer, A stands for our counter, and G stands for grammarian. So General Evaluator plus the tag team and evaluators will give you a 360-degree evaluation of each and every word you speak. So let me not delay in introducing the first role player, that is the T of my tag team, timer, who is Toastmaster Nivanshi. Toastmaster Nivanshi, the stage is all yours. Please introduce yourself and your role.
I'm playing the role of timer. As a timer, my role is to keep the track of the time which will be used by speakers, evaluators, and table topic speakers. In the case of speakers, as all the speakers are, they're not giving the icebreaker speeches, they're giving the prepared speeches. So they'll be using 5 to 7 minute rule. So in that case, if they are using 5-minute time, then I'll be showing the green card. 6 minute time, I'll be showing the yellow card, and 7 minute, I'll be showing the red card. And from that time, they should start concluding for all the speakers. For evaluators, it is around 2 to 3 minutes. At 2-minute time, I'll be showing green card. At 2:30 seconds, I'll be showing the yellow card. And at 3-minute time, I'll be showing the red card. In the case of table topics, 1 to 2 minutes is the timeline. At the 1-minute time, I'll be showing the green card. 1:30, I'll be showing yellow card. And at 2-minute time, I'll be showing the red card. And from that, you should start concluding. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nivanshi. To add to what she said, you'll also be having a buffer time of 30 seconds to wrap up your speech, which applies to -5 and +7. So yeah, that's it for the timer. Moving ahead, the R counter for today is Toastmaster Seema Ahuja, and her introduction says that Toastmaster Seema Ahuja is from the holy city of Varanasi. She works as a teacher. She's a hard worker and a self-motivated person, and she's extremely dedicated towards her work. She's also a good learner. So Toastmaster Seema, the stage is all yours. Please go ahead and introduce both the roles, R counter and grammarian.
Okay. Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Let's start with a beautiful quote. Let's look at the sky. We are not alone. The whole universe is friendly to us and conspires to give the best to those who dream and work. My role as an R counter is to count number of unnecessary sounds and repetitive words which we are used while we are speaking on the stage, such as these are filler words and they would affect the effectiveness of the speech. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report to you, back to you, General Evaluator, and my next role as a grammarian. As a grammarian is to pay attention to good use of English and give feedback and suggestions for improvement. At the end of the meeting, I will be there to present you my report. Before that, I would like to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day. Before that, I would like to introduce what is the importance of the word of the day. The importance of having word of the day is to help fellow members to enrich your vocabulary, and you have a vast array of words to use to prepare the speeches. For this meeting, the word of the day is euphoric. It is an adjective, a feeling of great happiness and excitement. I am extremely euphoric that I have qualified seated examination with good marks. And the phrase of the day, hit the nail on the head. It means do or say something exactly right. The evaluator hit the nail on the head by giving a good mix of commendation and recommendation. So you all are requested to use the word of the day and the idiom of the day as frequent as you can in the meeting. And the audience is also appreciated to applaud when while the speakers is used these words. So back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Seema. That was a great introduction. And please also keep reminding people to use the word of the day and idiom of the day in the chat box. So that is it, folks. This was my tag team. Me, my tag team, and group of evaluators will be back in the final segment, that is the general evaluation segment, so that we could give our recommendations, and fulfill the purpose of this meeting, that is learning. So let us quickly begin the euphoria, and I'll hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Syed.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vaishnavi. Really an euphoric moment. We all are here to practice for the upcoming ISC challenge. We are going to participate in club level, area level, etc. Great, all the best. Moving towards our first speaker, very amazing and talented Smita Kotkar, to introduce this speaker and her speech titles, objectives, etc. I would like to request her evaluator, a teacher by profession, mother of 2 lovely kids by the grace of God, and Toastmaster by choice, as she used to describe herself. Toastmaster Varmeet, a member of Sims Toastmaster Club and working in Sims school based in Kuwait. She is going to evaluate Smita Kotkar's speech. Let us welcome with huge round of applause Toastmaster Varmeet Kaur to introduce her speaker and objectives. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, DMOD, for this wonderful introduction, and good evening, everyone. My target speaker, Toastmaster Smita, is a budding Toastmaster, an educationist, anchor, emotional intelligence trainer, facilitator, and a future writer. She pours her heart into all what she does and wants to spread the importance of being emotionally literate and use the power of emotion in our day-to-day life. She is doing the Path Effective coaching and will be doing her level 4 project 1. The objective of her speech is to share some aspects of her experience while coaching. Speech title, Excel and Elevate, right?
Elevate.
Elevate. Excel and Elevate. Timer, please note her timings are 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you.
Should I begin then?
Yeah, Toastmaster Faisal, maybe you'd like to give the give that cue to start.
Ma'am, your timing has started. Please start.
You can reset, Himanshi.
We can reset the
You
time.
can reset. I don't have the titles of all these speakers, but no problem.
Okay, I'll do it.
Let us begin with this.
I will do it. Yeah. Toastmaster Nivanshi, hopefully the timing has been reset.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
Toastmaster Smita Kotkar. Excel and elevate. Excel and elevate. Toastmaster Smita Kotkar.
How many of you dream and really dream of achieving every single thing that you really want? Not just taste that sweet success, but actually stay up there right at the top of it and just stay there forevermore, feeling euphoric all the time. May I see a raise of hands, please? Thank you so much. And then my second question. How many of you actually know how to do that? Well, some hands have gone down and I don't see as many up. So we all actually want and we really dream and visualize of achieving so much more in life. But when it actually comes to take that road, we get baffled. Two roads diverged in the yellow woods, actually, Robert Frost said. And I'm sorry I could not travel both. Well, my dear friends, is it just about the indecisiveness that prevents you from achieving what you want? Let me tell you a few more things. Over this journey of mine in the coaching industry, I have seen that is much more than that. And what truly, truly brings people down, I've seen, is lack of self-confidence, self-worth, that extremely low self-esteem. Doubting yourself all the time. Am I capable of this? Do I even deserve to be applauded? Do I even deserve the kind of success that is there? Oh, the one I would love to cherish, the one I would like to see there on stage, see myself there. So what does one do? Does one just stay in that self-doubt all the time, though you want to achieve that? Absolutely not, because it is just in our hands to do it. But how do you do that? Well, this dream, let me tell you, is not unachievable. You just have to work on yourself. That is the one and only mantra. So just do it, or have somebody, I wish I could actually lift my leg and do it, have someone kick you or push you into doing that. Well, but then when I say kick you, I don't literally mean, I actually mean help you. So identify, and the person who will actually help you do that, who will see you beyond your limits and guide you to the greatness, is a coach. Those are not my interpretations of what a coach is. That is of the greatest of all football players, Michael Jordan. And he is absolutely right. What does a coach do? A coach is somebody who will actually stay with you and coach you into finding what is it that you lack. He will tell you to work on your strengths. He will actually see what you're good at. He will make you aware of what is it that you are capable of doing. What is it that this is your ability? He will tell you that. He will also help you work on your weaknesses, that these are the areas that you need to work upon. Sit down, work for a while, think over it, ponder. He will help you also work on your outside environment. And here the outside environment, my dear friends, would be the opportunities that you're missing around you, the opportunities that you can cash on, the threats that are surrounding you, which you actually may be bogging you down. In short, we call it the SWOT analysis. I'm sure many of you have actually seen and heard about it. A coach will do these things, but these things can be done by you yourself too. But if you're unable to do it, I would urge you to take help. I'm here today to tell you about my experiences in the coaching industry. I am an emotional intelligence coach. I'm also a public speaking coach. And I have, in this last 20 odd years, realized that this is what I love to do. I realized this while coaching 11th, 12th standard children in school for an English play, where I was working with them. And when I saw them excel, when I saw them elevate, when I saw the euphoria in their eyes and in their performance afterwards, and when I see them hit their nail on the head, when I saw them do that and perform best, I realized I was able to help them, and I realized this is what I was meant to do. My journey continued into many other fields. And today I would like to tell you a little more about the Toastmasters platform, because here is what we are. Today, I am the VP Ed of my club. And this position gave me an opportunity to meet with many people. It also made me accessible to a number of people in my club. Some positions enable people to approach you. And when they did, I was able to work with them as far as specific things were concerned, because it was actually my field. So when somebody had to be coached into body language, I was able to tell them about their postures. I was able to tell them about their hand gestures. I was able to tell them about the positions to take by sitting, standing, moving, or probably take a prop and take it. It could be as something as this jug in their story. I was able to coach them into voice modulations, when to actually feel that euphoria, on when to say, oh, I love it. So there were so many things that I could actually do with them. I could help them realize. Now, I wouldn't like to take the names of many, and I'm not sure if they would like to do. But then, yes, my own mentee, who is actually there right now, one of them is here and the other one performing in Lucknow, I think I can speak about him. So when let's say, there are two areas that I feel that as a coach, one can work with as a Toastmaster. One is on the content part and one is on the delivery part. So when I worked with him on the delivery of his speeches, I was able to speak to him regarding how to deliver better, how to ensure that he delivers his message across to the people who are wanting to hear it. So that meant the way he spoke and his voice. His strength was his confidence, his strength was his smile. And with the entire thing, I have also realized my own life purpose, to coach. Thank you so much. Back to you, the Toastmaster of the day. Now, I would just like to urge, the cards have been flashing multiple times and multiple cards have been flashing. So I've seen the green, then I've seen the yellow, then I've again seen the green, then I've seen the yellow, and suddenly the red one appeared. So that kept confusing me into my time, and I wasn't sure where I am. So
no, you have qualified. You have qualified. It's okay.
That is okay. I would just request the timer to ensure that there is one card for the color that is shown, so that the speakers don't get confused and they're able to deliver their speech properly.
Yeah. In that case, I would suggest that I will not enlarge the screen. Only green, red, and yellow will be shown. Is that okay to all the speakers?
Yes. You can show without putting in full screen mode. Just show as it is. Just change the navigate through green, yellow, and red. A speaker should understand that also.
Okay.
It will do. All right.
Okay.
Lovely speech, Toastmaster Smita. If anyone wants to give any feedback, feel free to go in personal chat and you can give your feedback to Toastmaster Smita. Moving forward with our second speaker, Toastmaster Sunil Kriplani, one of the amazing Toastmaster members of our club. To evaluate him, we have Toastmaster Asil from Kuwait as well. She is staying in Kuwait. She always appears to be a very helpful to NVezion Toastmasters Club. She is always a supporting hand for us. She is the member of Innovators and Desert Pioneers Club. And as she used to describe, she is very humble and enjoy helping others as best as what she can do. Without further ado, let us welcome with huge round of applause Toastmaster Asil to introduce her speaker and speech objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Asil.
Yes, good afternoon, good evening. Today I'll be evaluating my target speaker, Toastmaster Sunil. I hope I pronounced the name right. Purpose of his speech is for him to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback from me, then he would apply the feedback to his second speech. His purpose is for him to present a speech, he will receive feedback from me. He is doing presentation mastery, level 1, project 2. Timer, please note that my target speaker has 5 to 7 minutes. His speech title, My Childhood Story. My Childhood Story, and screen's yours.
How would you feel when one of your friends saved your life? How would you reciprocate to him? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, I'm going to share with you a true life event from my childhood. The event dates back to the year 1982, when I was in 9th standard, and my family shifted to a one-room kitchen developed by residential flats in Navi Mumbai. I had to change my school due to shifting our flat from Thane to Navi Mumbai, and therefore I had to make new friends. Now that I had a friend named Ravi, because he used to stay in the same node and we shared the same school. We used to go to school together and come back together, as our school was around 10 kilometers away from our home and there were no school buses. So we developed a good friendship between us, as we had to travel a local buses to reach our school and come back to our home. Our school timing was from morning 9 a.m. to evening 3 p.m. Normally, after return from our school, we used to chit-chat, sit together for some time at either my home or Ravi's home. And Ravi's father was an income tax officer. One day, after we returned from school, we were feeling euphoric and we went for shopping to shop some stationery items, as we were given some homework by our crafts teacher. However, to my surprise, all the shops in the nearby shopping center were closed. We were desperate to get our crafts paper, and so we went to another shopping center which was far away, and it was near Ravi's home. And in that area, we saw that all the shops were also closed. So while on our way back, we saw many people rushing to a top of small mountain terrain. We just followed them, as we were curious to know what was happening there. The mountain terrain led to Mumbai-Pune Expressway. We saw many people hurtling stones at the ongoing traffic. We were shocked on the act, and we could not figure out what was going on. And to our surprise, we could see a police van approaching the hilly terrain from the opposite side, and all the people who were pelting the stones on the highway ran from here to there to save themselves. Not knowing where we could go and what to do, we also tried to run away to a safe place. However, in the process, I happened to stumble on a stone and fell down, while my friend Ravi, he could run away to a safe place. Now, as I got up, I tried my best to run away from the site, but the police van was very close to me, and one of the policemen halted me with a rifle in his hands, and he said, "Put your hands up, or else I'll shoot." He seemed to hit the nail on the head. Terrified, I simply followed his instruction and he led me to a police van where I was interrogated, and the police officer even tortured me by pulling my ears and bending my fingers backwards. I was just crying and shouting in pain and pleading him that please let me go off. I had nothing to do with the people who were throwing the stones on the traffic. My friend Ravi was watching all this scenario and he came out from his hiding and he boldly told the police officer in local Marathi language that his name is Ravi and his dad is income tax officer and we had nothing to do with the people throwing stones. We had just ventured out to buy some stationery items. The police officer, after hearing my friend, immediately let go of me and my friend. And he told us, he gave us warning not to venture out like this. It was such a relief for me and my friend Ravi for saving my life. Otherwise, I never knew what would have happened if my friend Ravi would not have come out of his hiding. After reaching home, we came to know that it was the villagers in that area who were pelting the stones at the traffic to show their protest, as they had received very less amount towards compensation against their land, which was taken away by the development authorities. From that day onwards, my friendship with Ravi grew by leaps and bounds. We were best friends, and I always wanted to repay him as he had saved my life that day. I am still looking for an opportunity to repay my debt. Although he might have forgotten this event, but this event is still remains fresh in my memory. I still wonder what would have happened to me if my friend was selfish, or maybe due to sheer fear in his mind, he could not have shown up that day. But thank God, he dared to do so. I always pray that we all have at least one friend like Ravi in our lives. What do you say, Toastmaster of the day?
Wow. Indeed, a friend is something, we can say a great gift from God. Thank you so much. Indeed, we all should have one fellow with our each and every stages of life. Moving ahead to welcome my third speaker, Toastmaster Arpit Kapoor, I would like to invite his speech evaluator, Toastmaster Faisal Thakur. She is an educator for over 16 years, mother of 2 teens, and currently serving as president of Sims Toastmasters Club. She had represented her division at DTAC 2021 District 20 for humorous speech category. With huge round of applause, let us welcome Toastmaster Faisal to come and introduce her speaker with objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Faisal.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, it's good evening in India right now. And so it's here too. So good evening, Master of the Ceremony, Toastmaster Syed Faisal Zaidi. And a very good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Arpit Kapoor. Toastmaster Arpit Kapoor, let me just tell you something about him. He belongs to Lucknow. He has done his graduation in mechanical engineering, aspires to have a confident personality, loves singing and playing guitar. Today, he will be speaking on a speech to introduce to Toastmasters mentoring. The purpose of his speech is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envision mentoring. The purpose of his speech is for the member to share some aspects of previous experience as a protégé. His speech title is Beyond the Dimension. And timer, please note, the timing for his speech would be 5 to 7 minutes. Yes, so over to you, Toastmaster Arpit. Beyond the dimension, Toastmaster Arpit. The screen is all yours.
Gautam Buddha has said, when the disciple is ready, the master appears. So hello, distinguished Toastmasters and my dear guests. Today, I am feeling very euphoric to share my encounters with my mentors in my life and try to take you beyond time dimension. When I was in class 2, I started learning Congo Bongo from my teacher, Mahendra Bahadur Vishkarma sir. He was very cooperative and very focused. He trained me for 7 years. After that, I got into classical music and started learning tabla. I had many trainers there also. One of my major teacher was Vinayak Rao sir. In music, in classical music, whenever we share the composition of some other individual, we are supposed to hold our ears so that, and take his name whenever we are reciting his composition, so that the audience gets to know who was the real originator of the composition. Because all the grace, all the greetings which I was receiving, I was not the one. It was the person who had created. So these types of disciplines are being taught in a classical music. I would like to take you to my class 12. When I was in class 12, I got 20 marks out of 100 in my first comparative, in my 12th boards. In second comparative, I again got 20 marks out of 100. My teacher, A.K. Sharma sir, called me and said, Arpit, you're very consistent. You're very consistent. And I would like to raise your bar. I got motivated and started working hard. In 3 boards, I received 73 marks out of 100. Again, my teacher called me very enthusiastically. He said, the person who can give a major jump of 53 marks from 20 to 73, this guy can do anything in life. I got most energy from there. And I got finally 86 marks in my final boards. The same event happened with my BTech first year, second comparatives. In my second semester, in pre-sem, I received 23 marks out of 100. And here the teacher, Chintamani, he called me. He said, this was not expected from you, Arpit. And I was like, then what was expected from me? His questioning, his doubt made me think. It empowered me that something more is within me. And because of that only, he was not expecting such low marks from me. I sold all my books, only mathematics. And I got finally 81 marks in my final exams. And this time, again, it was mathematics only. There is some connections with me and mathematics. In Toastmasters, I got my first letter. I got my first mentor, Toastmaster P.K. Sir. He is retired Lieutenant Colonel from Army. I chose him consciously because I want to learn Army discipline from him. But to my surprise, 1 month had passed and no talk regarding it. I felt as if he was not interested, but I was wrong. I was wrong. Army teaches discipline, strict, no spoon of the fittest, be relentless. But we civilians are always ready with our spoon. He wanted me to learn on my own. For that only, he asked me to get the food on the table, to learn how to get the food on the table. What I could see, he asked me, even designed especially a TMOD session designated to this topic only. And I really thanked him a lot. But still, I was not able to get his voice. My head was saying that I should focus on my state TCS. But he wanted to say, when you have already invested so much of time in your IS preparation and didn't got any result, you should give a break and then jump to it. But I was like, no, I should continue and blah, blah, blah. I was listening my heart. One day I received a message, Arpit, you have disappointed me. I unmentor you. Yes, yes, unmentor you. I was like, how can an army guy run from his responsibility? If I would have been, I am a civilian, I would have never run away from my responsibility. How can he run away? But again, I was wrong. It was his responsible behavior that he took such a strict decision. By unmentoring me, he wanted to shock me. He wanted to shake me so that I can take his call seriously. And this was his strict decision from army background only. The reason because which I was portraying him as if he was running away from his responsibilities, it was his responsibility to make him do that. This second encounter with Toastmaster, and later I got my second mentor as Toastmaster Sangh. This time I left him because when I listened to his speech, I was not impressed. Then I got my third mentor, Toastmaster Rachna Mathur, and I'm very happy to be his mentee. And this was my experiences going on in life. And beyond time dimension, I would wanted to take you all, but strictly telling you, I want more teachers, more mentors to guide me and shower their guidance with me, on me. And with this only, I would be the one who will gain more in my life. I would show my experiences throughout my life. And this is my beautiful life full of so many mentors. And I thank God for giving me so many mentors in my life. Over to Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arpit, for a wonderful speech. Indeed, a mentor is very important in our life. Moving forward with our last but not the least, fourth speaker, Toastmaster PK Ray. To evaluate his speech, we have wonderful person, Toastmaster Suhan Abdul Munaf from District 21 Kuwait, currently serving as Vice President Education of Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club. He has started his journey of Toastmaster in 2016 and is still enjoying a lot. Let us welcome with huge round of applause Toastmaster Suhan Abdul Munaf to introduce his speaker and the objective of the speech. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal, for your wonderful introduction. Before I proceed, can you tell me I'm audible? All right, great. Well, this is an honor and privilege for me to introduce and evaluate my target speaker, that is Toastmaster PK Ray, who is an retired Army officer, currently a president of NVezion Toastmasters Club, VP membership of TMCL, and lastly, the area champion in table topics and evaluation for area T3. Wow. Well, my target speaker, Toastmaster Ray, is going to deliver and practice his speech for his international speech contest. So I'll be looking at his speech and also I'll be giving my general feedback on this. So let me introduce my champion speaker right now. Toastmaster PK, the voices in my head. The voices in my head. Toastmaster PK, over to you. His timing is for 5 to 7 minutes.
Sir, you're on mute.
Yeah. दरवाजा बंद होच्छे, दरवाजा बंद हो रहा है, doors are closing. The doors of the metro slammed shut, and I braced myself for that inevitable lurch which would happen when the driver gunned the engine. But nothing happened. And in a few seconds, the doors opened equally rapidly. There was some commotion in the platform, and a scrawny young man ran towards the compartment and he tried to jump inside, but his foot got stuck in something and he sprawled on the floor. And two burly chaps got in after him and started pounding him with blows. Fortunately, after some time, a home guard appeared and said, come on, let him go. He's not to blame. Leave him. Move out of the compartment. And so those two burly guys got out. The door shut once again and the train started moving. I bent down and helped this man to his feet. And I asked him, what is your name? So Sudhir. And if you are not responsible for whatever it is, then why were you running? He looked at me and said, sir, I am not to blame. It is not me. It is these voices in my head. Mr. Toastmaster, sir, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever heard voices in your head? Has anybody ever come to you and told you that they have heard voices in their head? Please give me the answer to these two questions in the chat box now. All right. The probability is that most people haven't. And the probability is that if somebody comes and tells you this, the obvious reaction is going to be that this fellow has got a squeamish excuse for not doing something. And I was also of the same opinion until one day, another incident, and this time in my house. Recently, I had been to Kolkata to attend a wedding. When I entered my house, I found that my wife and daughter are agog with excitement. Somebody is going to buy a new dress, somebody is going to buy new shoes, and the musical extravaganza, which we all know as the Sangeet, was to be held on board a river cruise. And given the fact that the groom and his sisters both used to dance with Shamak Dawar, it was going to be a treat. But the next day, just as we were about to get in the car, my daughter started crying bitterly, Dad, I cannot do it. I cannot go to this place. Please help me. I cannot go to this place. I tried to console her. Look, you're going with mom and dad. We'll look after you. She said, no, I cannot go. Please help me. I cannot go. I just cannot do it. And the crying was so bitter that eventually I told her, look, sweetheart, to me and your mom, you are more important than any Sangeet. So you don't want to go? We will not go. And then with lots of cuddles and kisses, we managed to satiate her. We managed to tell her, calm her down and make her sit down in her place and go on with her life as she was doing. But that evening when I came back home, I found that she was on the internet and I lost my shirt. You couldn't go in the morning for that Sangeet, but now you have got energy to get on Netflix? Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Etc. And my daughter was once again in tears, desperate tears, tears of bitterness, tears of frustration. She was crying uncontrollably. And then suddenly, in between the sobs, she told me, Dad, I am not to blame. This is not me. These are the voices in my head. The exact same words that Sudhir had told me on the train. I was shaken to the core and I decided that I need some answers. And so I dived into the internet and came out with some amazing facts. First of all, voices in the head are a reality. They are not a very common phenomenon, but they are not that uncommon either. Mahatma Gandhi had heard voices in his head. The American rock star Lady Gaga heard voices in her head. The Hollywood actor Anthony Hopkins heard voices in his head. The father of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud, heard them. His equally eminent contemporary Carl S. Jung heard them. And Joan of Arc, she not only heard the voices in her head, but she paid for that with her life. Now, being the Toastmaster that I am, I decided that I need to give my daughter some actionable feedback. And so I called her and told her, sweetheart, you know, when we have fever, the fever is not the problem, but it is indicative of a problem. So what do? The doctor takes your temperature and notes down every 2 hours, takes your BP, notes down every 2 hours, takes your pulse rate, notes down every 2 hours, and then looks at this chart and then tries and decides where is the problem. In the same way, you must understand that the voices in your head are not a problem, but they are indicative of something. So I want you to keep a record of this. Every time you hear a voice, I want you to note down, was the voice insulting? Was it criticizing you? Was it shouting at you? Was it laughing at you? Was it taunting you? Was it a male voice? Was it a female voice? Write down everything. I did not know what that would end in, but I assumed that because she's got a record of these voices, she will be able to look at it objectively, look at her notebook from a distance, and thereby distance herself from them. I don't know whether this is what has worked with her or not, but I must say that she is much better today. And I could come back to my work peacefully. So, ladies and gentlemen, anytime somebody tells you, I heard voices in my head, please deal with them with empathy. Back to you, Toastmaster Faisal.
Nice speech. If I will note down all my thoughts and people speaking in my head, then I probably end up with writing a novel sometime. Very nice speech. Ladies and gentlemen, you all can go and write your comments and feedback in the chat box for any of the speaker. If you want to give any feedback or comment, you are feel free to go there. And I'm raising the poll. Let us have the best speaker poll. Based on that, our general evaluator today is going to decide the first place winner speaker, second place, and third place. This is only for the speakers we have because we are preparing for INC. The polls are on your screen. First speaker, Toastmaster Smita. Second, Sunil Kriplani. Third, Arpit. Fourth, Toastmaster PK. Please choose your favorite speaker. Voting is your right. Till that time, anyone wants to comment or feedback on any speaker, they can feel free to write their comments. I will wait 4 seconds more and end the poll. There are 3-4 persons has not been voted. I request them to vote also. All the guests and participants, they can vote. All right, I have the majority. I'm ending the poll now. Thank you so much. With this, what? Toastmaster PK, I am going to present table topics segment. Before that, I would like to ask you, you love coffee or book?
I would go for coffee.
Wow. So today I'm bringing such a option for everyone. They can choose coffee or book. As we all know, in Toastmasters, the purpose of the tabletop is to help you practice impromptu, spontaneous speeches. We will give you some impromptu topic and you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. At 1, timer will raise green card, 1 minute 30-second yellow card, and 2 minute red card. All the guests and the speakers, participants, all they are invited and welcome to participate in this amazing session. I call it a cup of coffee or a book. So let us hear from everyone who is going to take the first topic. Well, I can see Toastmaster Suhan is raising hand. Can we have you in front of everyone?
All right, I'm here.
So you have option, coffee or book.
I would love to go for a coffee now because it's a coffee break.
Let's have a coffee with you. All right. Toastmaster Suhan, did you know drinking coffee was once punishable by death? During the 17th century Ottoman Empire, it was believed that coffee contained mild altering effects. That's why they have banned the coffee. So topic for you is your favorite thing is banned from today. Toastmaster Suhan, your favorite thing is banned from today. Over to you, sir.
Oh my God, my favorite thing is banned from today. What should I do? You know, table topic master for Toastmasters and my dear friends. Coffee is the only thing that keeps me awake, brings up my mood, and makes me feel something euphoric that I always want to be in. My life over here is always like just work, work, work. That makes me the Suhan Abdul Munaf, the dull guy. And without coffee, I can't, live without it. It's just like, it's one kind of drug for me that can keep me awake and also make me feel good. But if somebody bans me from today, then I can't live. Maybe I might die soon. So I would request those people, do not ban coffee. I know these are there, but I would love to ask the other coffee lovers out over here. How many of you don't want to ban this coffee thing? If they really do, then people just like me might die today. So I would really request, please don't ban coffee. If you ban coffee, then the number of people will die, and also you will be held responsible. Toastmaster Faisal, back to you.
Great take, Toastmaster Suhan. Great take on the coffee. As you can see, you are not going to speak on a topic, but you are going to know an amazing fact about that option. Let's have Toastmaster Asil.
If coffee was banned in Cairo, my siblings will go crazy.
All right, so first option has gone from here. I'll go first. Now you have these options, coffee or book. And you have to choose the number.
I'm a bookworm, so go with number 2. I'm a real bookworm.
Wow, okay, let's see. Book. Did you know, Toastmaster Asil, oldest continuously operated library is situated in Egypt, in Catherine Monastery at the feet of Mount Sinai, the oldest continuously operating library in the world. It was established in AD 565. And your topic is perseverance is the key to success. Perseverance is the key to success, Toastmaster Asil.
First time, the meaning of the word.
Sorry?
I don't understand the meaning of the word much, the first one.
Perseverance is the key of the success. Perseverance means continuous work. Whatever you do with consistency and persistence.
It's like persistent.
Exactly.
No, once again I got third place in area contest. I was sure this year I would make it to division. Oh well, I'll just try again next year. Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Since 2019, I've been participating in Toastmaster contest, and it's always the same. I never make it to division. Even this year, I only made it to area. I got third place and humorous in evaluation. Why is my chest burning? Am I having a heartburn? No, it's not heartburn. There's a fire inside me that tells me, you can try again. You'll do better next year. Maybe next year you will see me in division. This fire inside me wants me to try again. As a matter of fact, I'm practicing for next year. Some of you might say it's too soon, but no. My mentors say it's not too soon. Perfect timing. You can work on your speeches, work on your evaluations, and practice table topic. Yes, persistent is the key to success. When I want something, I go for it. I tell you more about the list, how persistent I am and other stuff, but I am short of time and the list is way long. But let me tell you this real quick, long story short. Because of my persistence, I made a few meetings in my club happen. I collected as many role players as possible, for example. I made the meeting happen, for example. When I want something, I go for it. Right now, I'm gonna try again next year, try to make it to division. Even if I don't make it next year, there's always the next year, then the after, then the after. Don't think I'm gonna stop. No way, I am not going to stop. Because it's just like you said, Tabletop Master, persistent is the key to success. And I return the screen back to you.
Lovely Toastmaster Asil. Nice story. Now let's move forward with our Toastmaster Faisal. Toastmaster Faisal, can we have you in front of everyone? All right, are you ready? Let me share the screen with you. And let us see what you are going to choose. So you have book or coffee?
Okay, I'll go with the book.
Number?
Book number 4.
All right, let us see what we have in 4. Did you know, Toastmaster Faisal, India is the country that reads the most according to the 2005 BOP World Culture Score Index. An average Indian dedicates over 10 hours every week to reading. Thailand and China comes second and third consequently. Your topic is persistence and good habits, an important quality in everyday life. Toastmaster Faisal, persistence and good habits, an important quality in everyone's life.
Appropriate topic, Toastmaster of the Day and Table Topic Master. Yes, persistence and good habits are indeed something which we have to carry every day in life. Without being persistent, having those good habits, we cannot succeed in life. I totally agree with you. Because in order to succeed, we have to keep moving towards success is not easy task. Every day you have to work hard. Might be the day, the moments, or the people will not be in your favor, but still you have to keep going. Shedding off all the odds, turning off all the odd moments. The people around you might pull you down, but it's your willpower which will take you beyond those odds and help you to achieve success. So with your good habits only, you will achieve. That's success. And what could be your good habits? One is to value time. Valuing time, giving time importance, noting out things, what you're supposed to do every morning, and go after that goals in order to achieve will help you achieve each and every goals of your life. Isn't it? We are all looking forward to get those moments where you are being appreciated by people, where you are just having a good time around people, having fun. So with all these good habits which you inculcate in you every day, definitely you can go and achieve that moments of achievements and go beyond all the odds and be a successful person. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal. Lovely message for everyone. We can have one or two more topics. Let us hear from Arpit. Arpit, you are on mute.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So let's see the
No, I am
topic
there.
for you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Arpit, coffee or book?
I have seen that the questions of book are tougher, so I will choose book only.
Which number?
3.
3 is the coffee.
3 is coffee. Then give me options. 1.
6 and 8. 6 and 8.
I will go with 8.
All right. Did you know, Arpit, world's oldest novel, according to Guinness World Records, Sheraton's Cherries and Callio, subtitled Love Story in Syracuse, was written in the 1st century AD and is considered to be the oldest novel in the world. So your topic, Toastmaster Arpit, is let us write a novel on our life, and its title and story will be Let's Write a Novel on Our Life, Toastmaster Arpit.
Wow, that's a wonderful thing. And who doesn't want to not write a novel? I had read that Akbar Nama had himself written a novel on his life, Babar Nama, Akbar Nama. So I would love to be one among them, legends, and people could read my story. But I will only write the book. You're not supposed to read it because you will not get anything in it. It's complete full of mistakes only. What I would write the book and seize it. Press start, you will not be able to open it. So this would be my story because I want to hide my life as much as I can. But my actions, which I take for others, I would like to inspire them. And I don't personally would like to write them there because those are my responsibilities, my duties. I would be there to fulfill my responsibilities there. And then I would make sure that others also take action from me. But make sure the mistakes which I have been playing with my life, I just hide them. But do you all think that the mistakes should be hidden? I personally think the mistakes should not be hidden. Only the mistake should be made open so that others don't commit that mistake. It will be like, okay, my step to help others, my youngsters, my teenagers, so that they don't commit the same mistake. If you love a girl, just go and say it. Don't be like me, who will hide his love. You will only be left with so much of love inside, and it will start flowing, and nothing will happen. If you commit to something, make sure that you fight for it. So many mistakes which I have done in my life, I will never like to do it. But for elders, till the time I am alive, I would like that they don't get my mistakes. But it would be only valid for my youngsters. For youngsters, I am always a helping hand. It's my duty. I consider it my duty to be with them, to guide them as much as I can. So the story would be dedicated to my life only. The title would be Akbar Nama, as given by my friend Suhan. So over to the Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arpit. Looking forward to read your Arpit Nama soon, hopefully. That is all from my side. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for taking part in my table topic segments. As you can see, you get the facts and topics as well. And last fact as bonus for everyone, former President of America, Roosevelt, is known as the person who reads a book per day. He used to read one book every day. Thank you so much. Now I'm moving forward with our very important. First, let us have polls for favorite table topics speaker, and the names are on your screen. Toastmaster Suhan, Toastmaster Asil, Toastmaster Faisal, Toastmaster Arpit. Three persons has not voted. Please vote if. All right, I have the majority. Now I'm ending the poll. Moving forward to our very important, most awaited segment, evaluation. To conduct that, I would like to welcome once again our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Vaishnavi, on the virtual stage to come and conduct the evaluation segment. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal. Greetings, everyone. It is Vaishnavi again. And this evaluation segment is going to be of three parts. In the first part, we are going to have the speech evaluations. In the second part, we are going to have the reports of the tag team. And the third part is where I speak for 5 minutes non-stop. So on the special request of Toastmaster Suhan, he has to go somewhere. So I request him to give his evaluation first if the evaluator won. Are you okay with it, ma'am? Okay. So Toastmaster Suhan, please take over the virtual stage and present your report for Toastmaster PK Racer.
All right. Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vaishnavi. Oh, I took a break from the car because I was in the driving mode now, but the voices in my head told me to do so because you all know using mobile while driving is dangerous. So I had to listen to my voices in the head and park the car on the side and evaluate my target speaker, Toastmaster PK Ray. Let me tell you what are the good things that he has done on his speech. He came up with the excellent story that was about him, where he experienced the two incidents that when and where he heard this thought itself that because of this reason, where the voices in the head has become the reason to give them that why this has happened. To begin with starting with the boy Sudhir, where he was trying to rush inside the metro, but his foot got stuck. And Toastmaster PK, being a generous man and an army officer, he went to him generously and kindly asked him, "What's your name and why did you do this mess?" The boy said, "It's because of the voice in my head has really told me to do so." And following this incident from his daughter, that when she was called for a marriage and she did not go, but instead he saw that her daughter was having time at the movie. And when he asked her daughter that, "Why did you do so?" he has received the same reply in return. It's only because of the voices in their head. And moving on, he went researching that why is this becoming a reason. And he found out that it's not only the normal human being like us have this problem, even the other personalities like Mahatma Gandhi, Lady Gaga, Anthony Hopkins, and other personalities going on had this reason. but it's not because of the, but it's not because that it is like it's natural. It was just that it's what do you say? It just happened to happen. And at lastly, he had given a good message is that once you know what are your thoughts or the voices that's running on your head, you need to note it down and have this thought. Once you have them, you are a successful person. And now quickly, let me come to his area of improvement. I wish this speech he could have stood up and delivered. You know, there was a scope for him to stand and show his stage movement there, where he could, you know, stand at one place and transforming his one story to another. You know, that could have been the best. And lastly, I would love to see him giving some pauses. You know, you were going smooth, but I couldn't get the names and the words much clearly at some point. So I would really request to work on your pauses. Otherwise, you are an amazing speaker, the champion, of course, and I really wish you all the best. And I'm looking forward to listen to your future speeches. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suhan. To add to what he said, there is this one point which he mentioned, and I also wrote it in my book, Toastmaster PK. So you were standing and you were delivering your speech, but the problem was like now your camera is something like this. That means the headspace is so much and your hand movements were not visible. So I would request you to maybe put a few books under your camera just so that your hand movements will be more visible, because if this happens in the contest, then the scores on the ballot might go down. So stand back or maybe move your device back, place a few books and not books, remove the books and just make sure that this much of your body will be visible. So apart from this, I don't have anything else. It was great listening to you, and the moment your speech was done, I went and Googled about voices in my head, because this was something we don't discuss and it is really important to talk about it more often. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suhan and Toastmaster PK, sir. Moving ahead to the Evaluator 1, Toastmaster Varmeet Kaur. Ma'am, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, everyone, and wow, Toastmaster Smita. I must say, you are a package, a full bomb that just triggered with all your voice modulation or your stage movement, though you had a broken leg, and your hand gestures. You had a wonderful speech that I enjoyed hearing it. You explained well what coaching is, how coaching works. You told there are many times we feel we want to achieve this much, but due to lack of confidence, we are not able to achieve it. And there is someone who kicks us and pushes us. So how a coach not only guide us, mold us, and if we get a good coach in our life, it molds us our life. You had slight humor in your speech. Wonderful presented and crafted. You had two personal stories, one about your coaching institute, how you train your students, and then one with your Toastmasters. You told us how we can achieve our goals, not only with our, if you don't have a coach, we need to self-work on it. And if we cannot work, if we are getting stuck somewhere, we should reach out to someone. We shouldn't be ashamed of it. So total overall, I loved your speech. Now that bomb needs little more practice. So I don't have much of recommendations for you. I just have two recommendation. First of all, like you had lots to tell. lots and lots to tell about the coaching, where I felt instead of personal, either you could have taken a personal story, how you coached your students, with a detailed examples, how they reached out to you. Because if I reach out to you, I'm sure I won't be so comfortable in one day. How that level you maintained, or with the, if you wanted to talk about Toastmasters, you could have talked about Toastmasters. So one story. With that, I'm sure you could have you would have enough of time to explain and express, because I know you can express and explain. You are one, you can express yourself beautifully. Secondly, where I felt one thing, because of these so many things to talk about, the ending was not so strong as your beginning and the body. So if you work on these 2 points, I'm sure your speech will definitely go to the next level. To summarize, wonderful voice modulation, good vocabulary, a full package. Just work on the conclusion, and I am sure the bomb will be a nuclear bomb. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varmeet. Well, Toastmaster Smita, Toastmaster Varmeet covered almost all the points. There is one thing I want to mention, that is at some points in between your speech, like in the middle, I felt that your hand movements were a bit unnecessary. You were not understanding where to put your hands while saying a few certain sentences. This happened with me also. So what you can do is maybe schedule a call with your mentor, divide your speech into 3 parts. At this at this part, how should my hands be? At this part, how should my hands be? Maybe spend some more time, because this is an ISC speech, I suppose, maybe. So it is okay to spend some more time and work on your hand movements, because each and every moment has an impact. Apart from this wonderful speech, ma'am. Moving ahead, let us now go to the Evaluator 2. Toastmaster Asil, the stage is all yours.
Can I get a trophy for best loyal best friend for my target speaker, so he can give to his dear best friend, his loyal one, who is there for him in his time of need? Ladies and gentlemen, when he told me the speech title, I was all like, oh my goodness, he's gonna talk about his childhood memory. I wonder what could it be? His trip, his first trip out of the country, his first water slide, the first time he rode a bicycle? No, he talked about a childhood friend, a very dear best friend. We all have friends, but some, to us, we consider them the closest to us. We consider them brother or sister. Indeed, I felt like he wasn't talking about a friend, he was talking about a brother. During the speech, I got confused just a little bit when he talked about the fall and his friend ran off. I thought for a second he would run off and leave him, but he came back. Maybe he didn't notice that he fell, or he thought he would get up and go. Nevertheless, he came back and helped him. I was like, okay, he is a loyal friend. What a good question. Those questions you ask the audience, anyone you are in debt to them. So many people, we consider them their lifesaver. A dear friend of mine, long story short, she considers me a lifesaver because I helped her out in her school days. I loved how he described the background. He was all like, we were there at the time, specific time, so we can use our imagination. Even though your speech was amazing, you talked about something very amazing, I do have an area of improvement for you. First of all, you were a bit close. We only saw your face. I noticed hand gestures, but have you ever heard of body language? Now, of course, we understood what you're trying to deliver, but I want you to understand the importance of body language. If you had showed us your position, we could have read your body language, how proud you are of your friend, how lucky you are. Now, of course, we saw your facial expression. However, public speakers, when we see physically a public speaker, we see their whole body. I understand that this is the online meeting, but that does not stop us from using body language. So I would suggest you take a few steps, at least put a position where we can see your whole feature, or at least part of your body, like what I'm doing right now. Let us read your body language. Let us see how happy, proud you are of your true friend. Your hand gestures were okay, just do more of it. And try to do some movements. Talk about this one here, talk about this one that. All along, it was an amazing speech. You did a very good job. Just work on your body language and gestures. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asil. One more thing was, Toastmaster Sunil, I noticed that you were constantly looking down like this while talking. So if you avoid that, then brilliant. If you use all the recommendations Toastmaster Asil gave you, then it's hang on. And moving ahead to the evaluator number 3, Toastmaster Faisal, the stage is all yours, ma'am.
Good evening once again, and a very good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Arpit. Beyond limits. And who else can take you beyond limits? It's none other than your teacher, your mentor, your influencer, who has influenced you throughout your journey of life. Did you notice, ladies and gentlemen, how did Toastmaster Arpit, with the help of his personal stories, set an important message across us? Personal stories are always eye-catching and mesmerizing to hear. When he spoke about his mentors, his teachers, how they helped him empowered, and how from a below average student, he reached to those heights where he was among the excellent students. Wonderful message to the audience that if you work hard and if you have good mentors in life, you can go to greater heights. Secondly, I would like to highlight an important point of your story, which was your enthusiastic voice, which with this confidence, you displayed the story so well. You enacted each and every point, and there were wonderful props like your, it was your sunglasses. Yes, you had a spoon, which indeed gave us points where we could just see to your speech and have those funny moments where we could just enjoy your speech. Now, one more thing which I like to highlight in your speech, throughout your speech, you had stage movements where we could just relate to your speech. So wonderful stage movements. Now let's see some points of improvement. In points of improvement, first I would like to suggest, instead of using your screen, vertical, where some of your props were not visible, instead of keeping it vertical, keep it horizontal so that your complete stage is visible to us. Secondly, there was one grammatical error, like I'm grateful to be her mentee. Instead of her mentee, it should be instead of his mentee, it should have been her mentee. Next, I wanted a powerful conclusion. How you had a powerful introduction in the beginning with Gautam Buddha's quote. In the ending also, you could have that powerful conclusion which could give a power-packed impact to your story. Overall, to summarize, you have a very nice stage presence. You have a well-structured speech. Work on the stage presence. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal. I would like to take a moment here. When I first delivered my table topic speech, I was constantly scared about one thing. As a guest, I was scared about one thing. What if someone judges me in the among the people who are sitting. But Toastmasters are someone who don't judge. Even if you are really bad with whatever you say, we don't judge. At one point in Toastmaster Arpit's speech, I didn't feel good when he mentioned the name of his mentor, of his previous mentor, and said, I was not impressed by his speech. Toastmaster Arpit, you should avoid doing it, because see, there are people who have worked with him. He might be a influential person in his club or whatever. He might have helped many members. So it is just not okay to come and say, I was not impressed. See, a person speaks not to impress anyone, just to put out their point of view and just to talk about, just to improve themselves. So that kind of statement won't sound nice, especially when the meeting is being recorded, it's being live streamed on YouTube. So at this point, instead of this, what you could have done is two things. First thing, you could have avoided saying I was not impressed and just say something like, due to some personal reasons, I am not his mentee anymore. The second thing is, you could have avoided taking the name of that mentor, because what if he is in this meeting, he or she is in this meeting? If my previous mentee says something like that about me, I would feel terrible about myself. Maybe it's not how everyone feels, but I would have felt terrible about it. So maybe avoid using such outright statements in future. If you want to use something like that, avoid taking the name of that person, because it dooms someone's self-esteem. Apart from this, I don't have anything else to tell you. So with this, I conclude the speech evaluation segment, and I would request the Zoom master to release the polls for the best evaluator instant. Now I would like to quickly invite the timer, who is Toastmaster Nivanshi, to take over the stage and present her timing report.
I received only 72% of the vote.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Now I would like to present my timer report. Everyone is qualified and did great. Especially the speeches section was very, very well prepared by everyone. And I loved hearing all the gyan that they had to give. And this is the timer report. TM Smita took 7 minutes 20 seconds. TM Sunil, Toastmaster Sunil took 7 minutes 29 seconds. Toastmaster Arpit 6 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster PK Ray 7 minutes 25 seconds. Toastmaster Varmeet Evaluator 3 minutes 24 seconds. Toastmaster Asil 2 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Faisal 3 minutes 21 seconds. Toastmaster Suhan 3 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Suhan as the table topic speaker 1 minute 50 seconds. Toastmaster Asil 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Faisal 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster Arpit 1 minute 57 seconds. Thank you, everyone. Great joining this. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nivanshi. Now, may I invite our grammarian and our counter Toastmaster Seema to take over the stage and present her report.
Let's start with a beautiful quote. We cannot change our habits. We cannot change our future, but we can change our habits. And one day, surely our habits will change our future. Now, I would like to start. Here is my counter report. Yeah, I am going to present my counter report. TM Sunil Kriplani, no filler words. There is no filler words. TM PK Ray sir, 0 aha, and no filler words. TM Syed Faisal, 2 aha, and no filler words, no repetitive words. And TM Vaishnavi, 3 aha, and no filler words. TM Smita ma'am, 0 aha. She had no aha and she had no filler words. TM Vermit, 1 aha and no filler words. TM Sunil, 2 aha, and he had used so filler a repetitive word. And TM Arpit, speaker 3, 0 aha. TM Faisal, 3 aha. TM PK Racer, no filler words. TM Suhan, 3 aha. TM Asil, 0 aha. TM Suhan, 2 aha. And also TM Faisal, 2 aha. TM Arpit, 0 aha. And back to you, Sunil Evaluator. And again, I continue with my grammarian role. And I would like to say, I would like to start with a beautiful
Toastmaster Seema, there is so much of lag in your voice.
Used to say that if you can't
Toastmaster Faisal, if you could ask her to shut down her video, things would be better.
Then go. If you can't go,
Still same.
then run. If you
Toastmaster Seema, we cannot hear.
run, then crawl. But
I think she also cannot hear.
keep moving, keep growing.
They are also not audible.
Can you just make her leave the meeting so that she can add again?
And euphoric. Beautiful speeches.
Toastmaster Seema, please unmute yourself.
So, I would like to say that
Well, there was so much of lag in the grammarian's report, so I would suggest Toastmaster Seema to share the report in the group so that we all could check out points.
Energizing mode.
This is the first time you're getting a ghazal from a grammarian. Toastmaster Seema, there's some problem with the sound.
Toastmaster Seema, I would request you to post the grammarian report. Let us not waste any more time and let me quickly begin with my report. The meeting was 1 minute late and the sergeant at arms was super enthusiastic. He began with really good energy. He stated the mission, the rules, everything was extremely nice. The only one recommendation was the camera angle, which was already mentioned before. Apart from that, great, the sergeant at arms. The presiding officer was also super high on energy today. And it was really nice. And coming to the moderator, everything was dealt really well. The flow was nice. And he also took up the table topic segment, which I was not expecting or I was not aware of. One recommendation, especially during the segment, was there was so much of serendipity and boom, the music starts in my ears. So what you could do is maybe little bit reduce the volume of the music so that I could listen to the topic with much more clarity. They were clear, but it was distracting. The music was really nice and you were also speaking. So it kind of created chaos. So maybe reduce the volume would be nice. And yeah, this was a fun table topic segment, I suppose, not the typical one. And the facts were really nice. I enjoyed reading them. Coming to the speakers, let me talk about my tag team first. Timer did a decent job today. While introducing her role, it would have been nice if she also flashed the timing cards once so that she could tell this is the green card which I'll be showing at 5. This is the yellow which I'll be showing at 6 and red. So if she could have shown the timing cards, it would have been nice. Moving ahead, there was a glitch while displaying the cards for the first speaker, which confused her to some extent, I suppose. So that could be avoided if the role is done with a little bit more focus and practice. And coming to the R counter and grammarian, the R counter did not mention about the pauses, the short pause and the long pause. I'm not sure if District 41, the R counters in District 41 also mention short pauses and long pauses in their report. So that could be one thing. The word of the day and idiom of the day was really nice. I am glad that the word of the day is an adjective, which makes it easy for all of us to use it. The grammarian report was not understandable because of the network issue. I'm sure she'll be sharing it in the WhatsApp group. Coming to the evaluators, the first evaluator, Toastmaster Varmeet, her evaluation was bang on. She used the proper CRC method and it was really nice. She gave some really good recommendations, which I think Toastmaster Smita should implement without fail. The only one recommendation I would like to give Toastmaster Varmeet is while introducing a speaker, you go with the traditional name, title, name format. So if you introduce a speaker with name, title, name, he or she will know when to start with the speech. So that is the only recommendation I have for Toastmaster Varmeet. Coming to the evaluator number 2, Toastmaster Asil. She was brilliant today and I do not have any recommendations. She used the proper CRC method and her camera angle was nice. She did it really good. So Toastmaster Asil, great job. And please keep this up. I hope to see you in the district levels of evaluation next year. Moving ahead, evaluator 3, Toastmaster Faisal, was also really nice with her evaluation. Maybe I would, apart from that, nothing else. She gave really good recommendations and even she finished it on time. So good job, Toastmaster Faisal. Evaluator 4, Toastmaster Suhan, I could, when I was listening to his evaluation, it was more like a summary of Toastmaster PK's speech. He was summarizing, the speaker said this. So he started recommendations when the red card was being flashed. So the whole point of a speaker in a meeting, the reason why he delivers a speech is to get recommendations so that he could be a better speaker. So I would suggest Toastmaster Suhan to emphasize more on recommendations and talk about what could be improved and also do the entire evaluation in the prescribed time limit. That is the only recommendation I have. When I took up this role, I took it up yesterday. I suppose group was created, the roster was shared with me on time, the introductions were shared. Overall, the club is doing a great job. When I joined the meeting 10 minutes early, I could see that you all were having a friendly conversation. You all were greeting each other, and this is really important. Whenever I join some other club meetings, there is pin drop silence before the sergeant at arms reads the script out. I think that is not a very good thing, because having a conversation, how are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. This creates a very friendly rapport, and it makes everyone extremely comfortable with each other. So NVezion is doing a great job on that. Apart from this, maybe sticking to the agenda would be a great thing. I mean, this meeting is supposed to end at 8:30 or 8, whatever it is. It was fun, doesn't matter. So yeah, maybe apart from this club is doing a great job, and I wish to come here again and again. It was lovely meeting all of you, and this is the General Evaluator signing off. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster Faisal.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. I hope all the points were noted by all the participants. Let's move quickly for the polls of remaining auxiliary role players and role players. Timer, Toastmaster Devanshi, R counter, and grammarian, we could not hear the report. So based on that, we will while I'm having polls, our president can start the feedbacks and those things until I prepare the certificates. Role player. All right, I'm done with all the polls. Thank you so much. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal. And now the time for some feedbacks. So let me start with Toastmaster Faisal. What did you feel about our meeting today? And any suggestions you have to take it to another level?
Thank you so much, President Toastmaster Prasandarai. It was a lovely experience being with you all today. And frankly speaking, it was a very last minute approach, which Toastmaster Varmeet told me that, you have to be an evaluator in a Toastmasters Club in India. I said, why not? But how much time I have? I was just I was in the kitchen basically cooking my food. I just came from work and I was just cooking. And when she approached me, I said, yes, I have to, but can I manage in that one or 1.5 time span? Can I do it? I gave myself yes. I tried my best to prepare the lunch, give food to my kids, and then I'm here. And the time when so it was really fun actually. So I worked on my time management skills also today. Thank you so much for this invitation, Toastmaster Syed Faisal. And it was great being with y'all. It was a great learning experience. I saw some of the great speeches today, especially Toastmaster Smita. Being a coach, I really loved your speech. And one day, I'd like to contact you. Even I need some coaching in my life. So if you could help me, it would be really something incredible. I really love the General Evaluator speech, really, Toastmaster Vaishnavi. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Really loved your General Evaluation speech. You were, appropriately giving feedbacks to each and every member, being it the speaker, along with the speaker's speech, along with the evaluator's speech, then the evaluators were also given feedback, correct feedback. I would love if you could give me more, what to say, some points which I could take as an evaluator. I need to improve. After a long time, I'm evaluating someone, and that too outside Kuwait. So that was a great experience. Now to comment on MC for the day, Toastmasters Syed, Faisal, I loved your table topics today. And one thing which I loved was first you gave an introduction about, some points. There were some highlights about those topics, and then you gave the topics. So, when you gave me the topic first, I was trying to read what was something unique about those topics. And I got so engaged that I forgot my topic. So that's really good. But so there are lots of takeaway messages which I'm going to take away to my club in Kuwait. And I would like to invite you all, Toastmaster Prasanda, really we all like to see you in Sims Toastmasters Club in Kuwait. Why not have a meeting someday together?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We'll definitely work on that. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal. It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful having you here. Toastmaster Vermeet, before you leave.
She left. So can we have the presentation ceremony? Then we can start. If someone wants to leave, they can leave.
Yeah, sure.
Toastmaster Vermeet had a class actually.
Yes.
That's why
Okay.
she had to leave.
So I will show and you can announce Toastmaster Ray.
Okay.
Okay. Second runner-up for the speech, Toastmaster Sunil
Kriplani. Toastmaster Sunil Kriplani. Second place speaker. Oh, that's me. Okay, please clap loudly. Right. And the best speaker, Toastmaster Smita. Congratulations, Toastmaster Smita. Fantastic job. Now,
Best Evaluator. Best Evaluator, Toastmaster Faisal.
Fantastic. Toastmaster Faisal, congratulations. Best Evaluator. Okay. Best TT speaker also, Toastmaster Faisal. Congratulations, Toastmaster Faisal. Wonderful. Best auxiliary role player, Toastmaster Nivanshi. Well done. Congratulations. Congratulations. Best role player, Toastmaster Vaishnavi. 3 cheers. Congratulations, Toastmaster Vaishnavi.
President's favorite.
Most favorite participant for today goes to Toastmaster Asil Syed. Asil, thank you so much.
I didn't know you guys had this most favorite participant.
Congratulations. Thank you for coming here, and let's hope we see you again and again and again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of our meeting for this evening. Next on the agenda for our club is the club level international speech contest, which is there on the 19th of March. I request you people to all come and wave your flag so that we get encouraged. Okay, thank you for joining in today, and now may we declare the meeting closed, and